Good afternoon, everyone. I am here to demonstrate about the impact of transactions on DML statements. First, the introduction. The impact of the transaction on DML statement module provides you with the instruction and device to develop your hands-on skills in the following topic. First, demonstrating impact of transactions on DML statements. It will take approximately 20 minutes to complete this lab. First, Exercise 1 Demonstrating Impact of Transaction and DML Statements. A transact is a set of SQL statements that performs one or more tasks in logical order. Execution of transaction statements result in the data in the database being changed. Consider a scenario where you are inserting or updating one or more records in a table. The set of statements used to perform this task is considered to be a transaction. The transaction inserts or updates records in a table, thereby permanently changing the records in the database. The syntax to include a set of statements as a part of a transaction is as follows. A transaction ends with the following statements. First, rollback. What is rollback? It erases all the data modifications from the beginning of the transaction to the end or up to the last saved statement in the transaction. Second, commit. It makes all the data modifications from the beginning of the transaction to the end a permanent part of a database. You can place multiple transaction statements in a nested format with the help of a tran count system function. The add tran count function records to the nesting level of the current transactions. Each begin transaction increments tran count function by 1. Each commit transaction decrements the count by 1. You can also include transaction in a try-catch block. In this exercise, you will use the transaction statements to observe the impact of the transaction on the DML statements. Please refer to your course materials or use your preferred search engine to research this topic in more detail. Task 1. The impact of the transactions on DML statement. In this task, you will create a copy of fact internet sales table and insert records into the table. Fact Internet Sales Test, you will use the records in Fact Internet Sales Test table to test the impact of the transaction on DML statements. Step 1. Ensure you have powered on the required device and connect to PLAB SQL1. Step 2. From the PLAB SQL1 desktop, click Start and click Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. The Connect to Server dialog box appears. From the server type drop-down list, click Database Engine. In the server name text box, type PLAB SQL1 and click Connect. Step 3. The SQL Server Management Studio windows open. In the Object Explorer, click to expand the Databases folder. Step 4. To select the database from the list of databases, click the Adventure Works DW 2016 TCP3. To create a new query from the Query ribbon, click the New Query. Step 5. The New Query pane opens. Step 6. To create a copy of the Fact Internet Sales table and insert records, type the following query in the New Query pane. This query creates a table named Fact Internet Sales Test and insert records from the Fact Internet Sales table, only those records that have the order date as 2010 12 2029 is inserted from the Fact Internet Sales table to the Fact Internet Sales Test table. Step 7. To run the query, click Execute or press F5. The query runs successfully and the result set is displayed. Step 8. Click the New Query. To display the records of Fact Internet Sales table Test table, type the following query in the New Query pane. Copy, paste. This query retrieves all the records from the fact internet sales test table. Step 9, click the F5. The query runs successfully and the result set is displayed. Step 10. To create a new query from the query ribbon, click the new query. To use the rollback statement to undo a delete transaction, type the following in the new query pane. This query uses a transaction to delete records from the fact internet sales test table and then roll back or undo the deletion operation. The delete statement in the transaction deletes the record that has the product key as 310. The rollback trans statement rollbacks the delete statement as a result. The records are retained in the fact internet sales test table. Step 11. To run the query, click execute or press F5. The query runs successfully and the result set is displayed. Step 12. Click the new query. To check the records is actual deleted from the fact internet sales test table, type the following in the new query pane. This query retrieves the record with product key equal to 310 from the fact internet sales test table. To run, click execute or press F5. The query runs successfully and the result set is displayed. Step 13. To create a new query, click the new query. To use the commit run statement so that the deletion operation is applied on the fact internet sales test table, type the following query in the new query pane. This query uses the transaction to delete records from the fact internet sales test table and the commit or save the deletion operation. The delete statement in the transaction deletes the record that has the product key as 310. The commit run statement applies the delete operation on the table. As a result, the records are deleted from the fact internet sales test table. To run the query, click execute or press F5. The query runs successfully and the result set is displayed. Step 14. To create, click the new query. To check whether the record is actually deleted from the fact internet sales table, type the following in the new query. This query retrieves the record with product equal to 310 from the fact internet sales test table. To run, click execute or press F5. The query runs successfully and the result set is displayed. Task 2. Include transaction in a try-catch block. In this task, you will include a transaction in a try-catch block. You will observe and display the impact of error in a transaction statement using the try-catch block. Step 1. Click the new query. To include transaction in try-catch block, type the following in the new query pane. This query includes a transaction in try-catch block. An update statement is used in transaction to set the order date key field as null for records where the customer key is equal to 28389. Step 2. To run, click F5. However, I cannot insert the value null into column. Order date key exception is thrown since the order date key field in the fact internet sales test table does not allow null values, hence the update fails. The catch block catches the error and then displays the error number and the error message in the result tab. Step 3. Click the new query. To display the records where the customer key is 28389, type the following query in the new query pane. This query uses the select statement to retrieve the records from the fact internet sales test table where customers is equal to 28389. Step 4, to run the query, click execute or press F5. Task 3, use nested transactions. In this task, you will use nested transactions with the tran count function. Step 1, click the new query. To use nesting transactions with add transaction function, type the following query in the new query pane. This query performs a nested transaction on the fact internet sale test table. To run the query, click execute or press F5. The query runs successfully and the result set is displayed. So here are the results, and then close all active windows and next. Developing SQL databases, impact of transaction and DML statements summary. You cover the following activity in this module. First, demonstrating impact of a transaction on DML statements. And that's all. Thank you. Done.